Hello, and welcome to the Zennials podcast. I'm Tora, and here with Chris. And today we're going to have a small conversation over the Chris's face. A small conversation over one of my favorite subjects that I mentioned in every single episode, Marvel. Yay, the MCU, the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
It's now officially becoming a whole episode, so there we go.
It's officially a whole episode, which I'm excited about. But before we get into it, I would like to make this personal disclaimer. I am not at all very well versed in Marvel. I will say that. I am not super fluent in Marvel. I actually got into Marvel during the beginning of the pandemic in 2020. That was literally, honestly, the first time I actually started watching Marvels. It was something to do with my kids to keep us occupied while we were all stuck in the house, and we decided to watch the quote machete or the Marvel movies. We watched those in cinematic order. And to be honest with you, I wasn't feeling it. The first movie we watched was Captain America, and my God, I was bored. I was bored out of my mind. I was just like, oh, this is a bad suggestion. This is not going to work out for me. But as it went on, I as far as watching the movies, I got deeper into it, and I became who I am now. So I just want everybody to know that ahead of time, just in case you guys feel like sending us emails and hitting us up, on Instagram at the Zennials podcast, and trying to correct me. Oh, well, you did this wrong and you said that wrong. Yeah, I'm not claiming to be a god in the Marvel universe, okay? But I do love it. So without further ado, we'll hit on some Marvel stuff. So I found out that Marvel was actually acquired by Disney in 2009. I had no idea that Disney. Yeah.
Disney was been on a buying spree for a very long time. And
I had no idea.
Yeah.
I thought
Marvel
this was
a big one.
Yeah, I thought Marvel was just like recently bought within the last 2 or 3 years. But again, like I said, wasn't a Marvel fan before the pandemic. So yeah, Disney has been having Marvel since I believe they bought them right after Iron Man, the first Iron Man dropped, and they was like, mine. I will say this. Good move, Disney. Kudos. That was probably the best thing you could have did.
Between that and Fox, yeah, Disney. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good
job. Yeah, I forgot. Yeah, Fox too.
Good job, Disney. Good job.
Good job, Disney. The takeover is real. Okay, so right now we are in Marvel Phase 4. Marvel Phase 4 basically takes place after Infinity War, and some of it before Far From Home, the new Spider-Man movie that's coming out. Or, no, the old Spider-Man movie that came out. No Way Home is the new one. But it takes place after Infinity War and before Far From Home, okay? A little bit after Far From Home also. So what's looking like things that we're watching in real time is actually not so much.
So are we behind, or are we ahead, or are we in between?
We are.
How are we?
We are right where we are. We are right where we are. Depending on what show you're watching, we may be a little bit after the Infinity War. It's 2023. We're catching up. I know this is only 2021, but a lot of the stuff takes place in 2023. So, yeah.
So just a question before we get into Phase 4. How long was everybody gone after the snap? That's all I want to know.
5 years.
Okay, so the snap, 5 years. How did they get back?
You have not watched Endgame.
No, I have not. I'm not that big of a Marvel fan, so to speak. I grew up as a DC kid, so I've mentioned that in several episodes.
Yeah,
most of our freestyle episodes.
Yeah, and you can actually hear us arguing about it in a few of them. So.
Quite a few of them, actually. So I grew up a DC kid. So Marvel didn't appeal to me as much. I mean, I will say that a few Marvel characters I'm a fan of. Of course, the X-Men, Spider-Man,
oh, yeah, of course.
And I want to say Carnage, but what's Carnage attached to?
Venom.
Love Venom. Venom was my favorite. Venom is what hooked me into Spider-Man, to be honest, because I was a Spidey fan. Of course, we all know the origin story about Spider-Man. And then I kind of fell off a little bit after that. And then when they introduced Venom, I came back. And
I think
Venom was my guy. Is my guy still.
Honestly, Venom. I see why. Because Venom is the dark one.
Mm-hmm.
And most, if not all, maybe not Wonder Woman, but most of DC's heroes and villains got dark backstories.
Yeah,
they are dark.
Yeah,
and Venom is definitely the dark one.
Yeah,
one of the dark ones. Him and maybe Blade are the dark ones inside the MC Marvel universe. So I can totally see why you would like Venom.
There's a couple more that are like really, really dark.
I mean, you know what? I've been learning. And I've been like,
see, for me,
some jacked up stuff, you guys.
The height of my DC, Marvel, IDW. I'm missing a couple other ones, but the height for me was probably 99, and then that was my peak, and then I started dropping. Only because as you get older, you kind of fall off.
Other stuff,
but
dude.
After
adulting gets in.
Adulting. I had no more time. I couldn't, go to the comic book store every week when the new releases came out.
We should definitely, there should be a petition somewhere for us to like literally take 2 weeks off from adulting.
Man, that'd be so nice.
I would love to like not adult for a while.
Just none. That's so agree with you on that one. But anyway, let's keep going before we get too far down the and rabbit hole, because I have not watched any of the newer Marvel movies, to be honest with you. I've not seen Captain America, Iron Man.
You're missing some. You're missing the tasty.
I have not seen
delicious.
None of them.
Especially with
Black Widow, but my instincts told me that in order for me to watch Black Widow, I would have gone back and watched a whole lot of other stuff that I was not interested in watching.
But here's the thing, though, it slides in. It actually Black Widow is. I'm trying to think. She comes in. Her movie is like set before a lot of.
It's her backstory, right? It's her backstory with him and her sister, and then her movie, up to.
Yeah, her backstory is actually set after the snap, but before Endgame. So her movie fits right in after Infinity War and right before Endgame. That's where Black Widow fits in. So you don't have to see Endgame to know what's going on in her movie, because it's right after Infinity War. It's basically, this is what she did in the 5 years after the snap.
Gotcha. Where was everybody for 5 years? Like,
depends on if you snapped or not. Depends on if you were alive. Okay. Some people were dust, and some people were not. And to answer your previous question, the way everybody came back was with the snap. I will not get into it any further than that to tempt you to go see the movie. But the way they came back was through a snap.
God bless you. I will figure it out. But okay. All right.
No, I think that's good revenge. That's how y'all did me with the whole goddamn Snyder cut.
Bruh. I'm holding out hope. I'm hearing that Warner may be changing their mind.
Man, Warner need to do something.
I'm hearing Warner might be changing their mind, and I'm all for it.
I know this is the Marvel episode, but damn it, Warner. God dang.
I'm all for it.
Y'all messing it up.
And
DC
Wonder Woman
has such good possibilities.
Wonder Woman 84 was not bad at all. I thought it was going to be worse than what it was, but it was not bad. And
I thought you saw it already.
What, Wonder Woman 84? Yeah. I saw when I think the last time we talked about my DC nerdage, I think I had only made it to Wonder Woman. I hadn't watched Wonder Woman 84. Okay. And then once I saw 84, and I was just like, I was impressed. I mean, I liked it. It was 84-ish.
Was it decade appropriate?
It was decade appropriate.
That's all that matters.
It was 84. Like, it literally was 84. It was some fun little tidbits and Easter eggs in that movie that were pretty cool.
And I'm all down for Easter egg.
For a comic fan, like you really got into it. But yeah, I need them to release the Snyderverse, because if we can get Justice League back on track, everything was spawned into the place where it's supposed to be. Because I mean, they've tried Suicide Squad twice and haven't gotten it right. Suicide Squad should have never been a vehicle to actually put out. I mean, I get the popularity of Harley Quinn, but everything else outside of Harley,
it rolled off of.
Yeah, everything else outside of Harley, you literally have to have been a diehard comic book fan in order to get it. You couldn't be a casual, because as a casual, none of those characters made sense to you.
Although, thank you guys, because Idris and Will were tasty looking in the promos from what I saw.
I have not seen I think it's the Suicide Squad now. I haven't seen the new one yet. I haven't taken my time.
It's a giant starfish, so I'm bothered.
Yeah.
I'm not even gonna lie.
When I seen the John Cena character in there, and I was just like, this ain't gonna work, Chief. Not for me. But yeah. Go ahead.
And how dare I have the nerve to be bothered when I've been watching What If and all I see is squid arms? But we'll get into that later. But I am bothered by the starfish. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna lie.
All right, so take us into the multiverse. Tell us more about the multiverse.
So the multiverse it's a hell of a ride over here. I'm trying to see what I can say without saying nothing.
I mean, at least y'all got a multiverse.
Everybody has one, don't they?
No, I mean, cinematic wise, at least you guys have a multiverse. Because
I get it. Okay.
Warner has decided that they want DC to be standalones, all standalones. That's why it's so hard to get the Snyder Cut back.
Because I was trying to, every now and then, because my household, I have 2 kids that are Marvel fans. They ride out with me. However, they are about that Flash life, right? They love Flash. I'll put that on my mom, because my mom is DC. She's very DC. I do not totally get, and I be trying to, and I'm just like, listen, can y'all I'm not trying to be negative. I'm just trying to understand. Everybody's meta over here. Like, how did this happen? Everybody meta. Why is this? Okay, wait. So this is his and her son, his and her kids. Okay, if these are his and her kids, why they look Indian and Mexican? I'm trying to understand. And she black and he white, and I'm trying to understand how you got an Indian son and the son look older than the dad.
Listen. I don't know what Warner is doing over there on the WB. But that's the last season. This is the last season. We've all said since the beginning of us talking about comics and Warner that anything on the WB has not been us since they took away the Frog. The Frog was it for us. When the Frog left, that was it. I can't give you any answer. I think the last time I might have watched the WB was probably the last episode of Dawson's Creek, because I wanted to see how it ended.
Oh.
Hell, the show had been on for like 25 years. I mean, after the first season, I couldn't do it anymore. I mean, I watched the first season out of boredom and an ex-girlfriend at the time. So I watched the first season, and then when I realized that the second season started up and it was rehashing the same story over and over again, I was done. But I wanted to come back and see how it ended. So that was the last time I watched WB.
I could not get with Dawson's Creek like that. Yeah, it was just... I just couldn't do it.
It took a lot of dedication for people to get in. I mean, I know some people were diehard Dawson's, but it took some dedication to get into it.
For me, I think, I'm not going to lie. The last time I watched WB was the first episode of, what is it? Lois and Superman, or Superman and Lois, or something like that. The newest Superman with his kids and everything. I like it. It's not bad. It's just that I just haven't had time to sit down and watch it. But it's not bad. It's not bad.
Right. I've heard about it.
It's pretty good. The first episode was, at least, it was pretty good. But like I said, I haven't been able to just sit down and watch it again.
I've heard about it. The frog is gone. I'm out. I'm good. I've been good for 15, 20 years now.
Man, I mean,
I've heard about all these shows. I mean,
this is a new opener for me. I thought that was Dawson's Creek Part 2, so I didn't do that. That's why I heard too.
No, not Pretty Little Liars. Who else was on the Diary People?
I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, one of them random ass teen shows that was on forever, and they made a big deal about
I know exactly who you're talking about.
Don't Tell Mom the Babysitter's Dead. No, the one where they were friends and somebody got killed and they was keeping secrets, and they had a narrator, some shit like that.
And she was, I know exactly who you're talking about. They actually rebooted that show.
They did.
I just can't think of. Is it still on WB?
If it's not on WB, it's streaming somewhere. I think either Netflix, Hulu, or Prime. But I think it's might be Netflix or Hulu. But I've seen it.
I think it's Hulu. I don't think it's Netflix. But anyway, I know exactly what you're talking about. I just can't think of Gossip Girl.
Hey, there we go. Gossip Girl.
It.
That's the one.
I knew it was just going to take a second to come.
I heard about all of these shows. Never watched an episode of Gossip Girl. Never watched an episode of One Tree Hill. I tried
Smallville and just
never watched an episode of Smallville. Never did The Flash. Never did Green Arrow. Never did, what was the other one? There was one.
I tried Green Arrow too, and I was like,
I think Batgirl was on there right now. Never did that. Never watched Supergirl. None of those. I was like, I can't do it. Like, no, I'm straight.
I would love to. It's just, I don't know if it's the writing. It's something about it that's like, this shit is, first of all, like I said, I've been introduced to Flash, and I just got so many questions. But I am coming in on season 7 of the 7th season, so I've missed a lot. But I'm just trying to understand how is everybody meta. I would go and live in Central City just so I could be meta. Like, I'm living there for a year. I'm gonna give it for a year and just try to some way figure out how I'm meta and become meta, and then from there I'm moving to Wakanda. Period.
In that order.
Period. I just need to be meta real quick, and then once I've got that, okay, I'm out. Wakanda, where you at? What's good? What's good in Baku?
It's good. All right, where are you taking us next?
I am taking us towards. So, okay, multiverse. There's a multiverse, and it's getting crazy. It's getting deeper, and shit's gonna hit the fan next year. That's all I'm gonna say about that. Google it. Multiverse. Doctor Strange in the Madness multiverse, something like that. Doctor Strange in the multiverse madness. Something.
Yeah, I got it.
Google it, because it's gonna hit the fan next year. This is just the prepping game. From what I hear, Disney is really good at conditioning folks, so they're prepping you up. So after that, nothing's in chronological order. So although you may be into phase 4 and you're like, oh, I'm gonna watch WandaVision first, and then I'm gonna watch Loki, and then I'm gonna watch Falcon and Winter Soldier, and they're not in order. So watching all of them, I love it. It's great. But of course, after phase 4 ends, I'm going to have to go back and watch them in order. That's just me, though.
I mean, but of course.
I think that the movies and the TV shows with an S has opened
it's a lot of them. Yeah, it's a lot. Yeah. But then again, it's a lot of DC TV shows too. So.
Yeah, well, that's true, and I actually think they're taking a little play out of their playbook.
Hey, look, if the people are watching, give the people what they want, right? That's all I can say. Give the people what they want.
Yeah, and this is what I want. So, thanks, you guys. Appreciate it. So, speaking of the TV shows, we're going to start with WandaVision because that's where they started with their TV shows. And WandaVision, it was a super interesting concept. Don't think a lot of people didn't like it because I don't think that they totally caught it, but it was an interesting concept, and it went from I think it started off in the 50s with 50s TV shows type of genre, and every episode was a different decade. So we went 50s, 60s, 70s, and they got it right, which is why they won their Emmy. Kudos. But yeah, they totally got that right. And again, interesting concept, never seen it before. And it was cool to watch and realize how much has changed from the 50s to now. In this show, they introduced Agatha, who is Agnes in the comics. Agnes, I believe, in the comics, who is also a witch. And they introduced Photon, who I have fallen in love with. And she is a very cute little black chick with the cutest little curly afro.
We made mention of her once before.
We have, yeah. She is Monica Rambeau, who is Captain Marvel's best friend's daughter. Boom, figure it out. I'll let you go through it. You handle that. But yeah, she's Captain Marvel's best friend's daughter. And she has powers that I'm not gonna lie, I kind of don't understand, but I am willing to figure it out. She's played by Tiana Paris, and Tiana kills it, period. So we're introduced to those two characters, which was fun. We're also introduced to Wanda's kids. She has twin boys that she dreamed up, or did she? That's something we'll save that for later. I felt like the show, it really hit on grief, because you were going through a lot of grief with Wanda and trying to her figuring out her grief. So it was a good show for that. But I thought it was a great show to open the door for the X-Men, and they did not do it. And I can honestly say that I was slightly disappointed, and I know a lot of other fans were slightly disappointed, being that Wanda, who is Scarlet Witch, is also Magneto's daughter, and they didn't put that in there. So the whole time we're thinking she's going to end up, Sony. Yeah, but they have the X-Men now.
Did Disney Did Disney finally get the X-Men?
I believe Disney. Yeah. Disney has X-Men now.
But they can't get Spider-Man. How that work?
Baby, money. Trust me, that's money. Think how long ago they had an X-Men movie and how long ago they had a Spider-Man movie.
So the next best question I'm gonna ask is, and I think we deal with this later on, is you're giving us X-Men vibes. You're gonna give us Fantastic Four vibes too?
Yes.
Just saying.
It's official. Think 2024. But here's the thing, which is so lovely about this whole universe. I'm trying to understand how Killmonger is going to be in the Fantastic Four. Because last time I checked, Michael B. Jordan who was he? He's in Fantastic Four. Mm-hmm. But however, so was Chris Evans. But Chris Evans is now was Captain America. His contract is up, but he was Captain America. So they'll figure it out. But Michael B. Jordan was a part of Fantastic Four. I even went and watched that movie just to get, a heads up. I see why I didn't watch it the first time.
He wasn't one of the main characters, right? He
was.
Which one was he?
The guy with the fire.
Wow, really?
Keep in mind that I'm not, again, all that.
He was the Human Torch? Wow.
That's Michael B. Jordan.
Wow.
That was Michael B. Jordan. So.
Wait. Which one did Ryan Reynolds play?
I think Ryan Reynolds was in the one with Jessica Alba, because Michael B. Jordan was not in the one with Jessica Alba. Right. So whichever one that Jessica Alba was in, that's
the very last one? The very last Fantastic Four?
Yeah, I think it was the very last one or two.
Listen, I don't know what they were doing with Fantastic Four. I mean, they tried, but I don't know what they was doing.
I didn't like Jessica Alba's hair, so I stay away from the movie, to be honest. I know it sounds really petty. It sounds petty as hell, but it's like, there's certain things I can and can't do, and I just could not do that. But yeah, there's that. Yeah,
okay, cool. So maybe they don't bring him back for the reboot Fantastic Four, because
Oh no, they're not gonna. I don't believe they will, because Wakanda Forever.
Of course, I mean, we got Black Panther 2 coming out, and then we got. I've heard that they were gonna spin off something out of the Black Panther movie, making it to its own standalone or something. I don't know. That's just what I've heard.
So yeah,
is that somebody from that franchise is gonna get their own spin off of the Black Panther. But continue. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if it was Latia. I wouldn't be surprised if it was her. But anyway, yeah. Anyway, so WandaVision did. I loved WandaVision. WandaVision did great. It was set in 2023. That's when it was set. So this is right after Endgame, because during this time, Vision has died. She's lost Vision. She's lost Pietro, her brother. She's grieving, and this was her way of doing it. Everybody grieves differently, guys. Let's not judge her. Although she did take over a town and totally tried to fuck over some people's lives, let's not judge her. Everybody grieves differently.
Okay. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I will say that, yeah, it was. I thought the show was good. It was interesting. And Darcy came back for it, who I happen to love. Darcy, who is played by Kat Dennings. I love Darcy in the Thor movies, and she was in this one, and I thought she was really great. Kat, there are questions.
I love Kat, period.
Yeah, I like Kat.
She's a very, very interesting artist to me. Even watching some of her old stuff, I'm just like, she's good at what she does.
Yeah, I like
She's very
Kat.
good at what she does.
She seems like the cool homegirl you would kick it with, you know?
Yeah, very much so.
After WandaVision, there was The Falcon and Winter Soldier, which was based on Falcon and Winter Soldier. Now, for those who have watched the Infinity and Endgame movies, y'all know that Falcon and Winter Soldier did not like each other like that. They did not like each other, but they were a very good mashup, a very good pair. They gave off, it was a good buddy movie, you know? But yeah, anyway, Falcon and Winter,
that's a good thing. That's a good thing.
It didn't hurt the eyes at all. So there's that. If you're interested in that, if you're interested, it didn't hurt at all. Now they introduced a new Captain America in this, which was like, he was doo-doo. Yeah, he was just doo-doo. He was not the Cap that we needed. However, in real life, he is Kurt Russell's son.
That's what I'm talking about.
He's Kurt Russell's son, who Kurt is also in the MCU, mind you. So I just thought that was cute that he's like, yo, family business. So Kurt Russell's son. I'm not sure if he's been in any other major movies, but he was in this, and they love to hate his ass. So kudos to you. You did a good job. If I hate you, you did a great job.
Very, very good
They
job.
were really woke in this in this show. They were very woke. I mean, they touched on some stuff that, for example, what is his name? Elijah. What's his name? Elijah? No, I can't think of his name, which sucks. But he was actually in line to be the next Captain America after Steve Rogers went missing. But the thing about it is that he black. So we wasn't gonna do that. So instead of making him Captain America, they threw him in prison for 30 years. Go look at the show. Learn some history. That was interesting, I thought.
Oh,
very. On the back end or behind the scenes, they actually had to do a lot of rewriting and refilming. Well, not refilming. I think they refilmed a few scenes, but they cut some stuff out of the show because they did the show before the pandemic, and the show talks about a pandemic virus. And they felt like it was just a little too soon, too close to home, so they ended up having to redo some scenes.
Of course.
There's also an actress, and damn it if I don't remember her name, but she did amazing. She was the villain, but she was the villain in a Thanos Killmonger way. So it's like they're a villain, but they actually got a point. It's a means. There's a point behind it, and she did amazing job. I forget what her name is, but Erin Kellyman, and she played Carly. And there was I enjoyed it. She was good. I loved her in it. I loved seeing Falcon and Bucky become friends and get close, and seeing how they honored Steve Rogers. So there's that. Okay. The next show was Loki. Loki is set in a time that we don't know. We have no idea.
Loki.
That's because Loki is in the midst of a time. He's considered a time variant. Basically, he did something, try to mess up time, and now they hunted him down and said, hey, we're going to have to, make you disappear because you kind of messed up. But it turns out to be different, and it was interesting. It's interesting to see him through the multiverses. He can travel through the multiverses in here. I'm trying to tell you guys the story without telling you guys the story. I would like y'all to see it yourself and then hit us back up. But he meets a lot of different variants or versions of himself. One is a big black dude, believe it or not. One is an old dude. One is a kid, and one is a whole female. We find out, it's crazy. We find out that Loki is considered fluid. That is literally on his paperwork. He is fluid. He does hint around that he had a relationship with a guy. You gotta watch the show. You gotta watch the show.
I see. Okay. All right.
And there is something called Miss Minutes, and she looks like a digital clock, but she's very much alive. You can touch her, you can feel her, you can talk to her and everything. She's alive in real time, and I'm still trying to figure out what's her deal, because I haven't really figured her out yet. And also in this show, they introduced He Who Remains. He Who Remains is the guy in charge of all the timelines of the multiverse and all this, that, and the third. Or is he? It's weird, but He Who Remains has a very huge, strong connection to Kang, who comic book lovers know is a big villain in the Marvel comics. He will be appearing, Kang will be making his appearance in the next Ant-Man and Wasp movie. I believe it's called Quantumania. And Kang is also played by Jason Majors. Do we know who that is? From Lovecraft Country. Love him as an actor. Complete genius. And I kind of feel that I have a conspiracy theory that Loki may or may not have been the reason that there's no more Lovecraft Country. But I can get into that later. You can also hit me up on Zennial's podcast and see where that goes. Yeah, right, yeah. Okay. It's a theory. It's just a theory.
There you go.
The next show is What If. I was a little leery about it, not gonna lie, because What If is a whole cartoon. It is a whole cartoon, and I was like, I'm very much used to seeing my people in real life, in real time. But don't sleep on the cartoon. The cartoon was good. Now, this is said to be Chadwick Boseman's last body of work that he did. He recorded it. He recorded it, I guess, at the height of his sickness, and you can actually hear him sick in a few episodes. If you pay attention, you could hear him. You can hear he's tired, it's sad, but it's great that you can hear him, and it's great that you have this of him. And I'm not gonna the animation, they really hit him on. They did a good job, but you can hear that he's tired. I could hear it, at least, that he's tired. But Chadwick Boseman is in 4 episodes of the 8. One thing now, the last show, the 8th show, premieres about 3 o'clock in the morning today. So sorry, you guys. Wish I could tell you about it, but I don't even know the ending yet. The thing about this show is that for whatever reason, and I don't know if it's a personal jab at Robert Downey Jr., but Tony does not live in any of the episodes. Any episode that Tony Stark shows up in, he dies. Iron Man is dead by the end of every episode he's in, and he's been in like 5. And it's like, damn, bro can't say it loud. Like, this iron is not working for you. Like, what's good? I don't know why he can't stay alive, but he can't. So Tony Stark, yeah, that's the running gag, I guess, that Tony dies in every episode he's in. He's been killed by Hank M, who is part of the Ant-Man franchise. He's been killed by Killmonger. It's like, dang, he's been killed by Ultron. Poor Tony. Not to tell y'all the whole show. Sorry if y'all did. But Tony just can't stay alive. All of the shows have open-ended endings. And what I mean by that is that you do not get a definite ending. You don't really know what happens at the end. Like, it ends and you're like, where's the end credits? Where's the rest of the show? There's no definite ending for the show. So all the shows have open-ended endings. The season finale has something to do with Ultron and Uatu, the Watcher. Now, he's been watching since the first show, and he watches all these universes, and he has an oath to someone that he cannot get involved in any of the things that's going on in these universes. But it looks make him get involved, because right now he's at a point where if he doesn't get involved, then every universe that he's set to watch over is about to be destroyed. So we'll see what happens. I don't know, but I do know that they have been renewed for season 2. So Marvel likes to leave you hanging, so we don't know. Might be left hanging for another 2 years or so. I don't know. The next show that is coming out is Hawkeye, and it comes out in November. It's a Christmas themed show. It's giving very much Die Hard type of Christmas, you know. I'm trying to get home to my family by any means necessary, and I got these people trying to kill me at the same time type of thing. The release date is set for November the 24th this year. And the show itself is set after Endgame. And I'm not exactly sure how far after Endgame it is, but it is after Endgame. His people, his friends have died. His family has come back because they were all snapped away. All of them. It's from the trailer, you can see that his wife is missing. Not missing, but she's not in the trailer, which is like, okay, are they going through something? Did she just not show up? But you did see his children, including his youngest son, named Nathaniel Pietro, who was named after Natasha, Black Widow, and Pietro, Scarlet Witch's brother, because they both, saved his life, saved Hawkeye's life. Anyway, thought that was cute. There's a lot of Easter eggs there, and Hawkeye has a hearing aid. So we'll see what's going on there. Now, as far as the shows go, that's the lineup for the rest of the year. The movies, the movies that have dropped this year is all. I'll just mention those, and we'll move right along, because I know
it was a whole bunch of them.
Yeah, so Black Widow, which is of course the backstory of Natasha Romanoff. That's what I call her, because I can't do it. I think it's Natasha Romanoff, but she has a different middle name or something like that. Anyway, Natasha, and this is telling you what she did in the midst of the blip, the 5 years that everybody disappeared, that everybody was gone. This is what she did. Now, here's the thing. I have not seen this movie. This movie has been out for a while. It's already on DVD, which seems kind of fast to me, but I literally saw a DVD copy of it at Tom Thumb.
Wait, which one? Black Widow?
Yeah.
Damn. Okay.
Right. That's what I said.
Right.
But I also thought it had something to do with the little drama that they're going through, or they were going through. They actually, I believe earlier this week, they actually reached a settlement.
For everybody.
Undisclosed.
Yeah, of course not.
But
of course they had a couple of commas to a check for it. That's all it really came down to, was a check. So all it is a check at the end of the day, ladies and gentlemen.
And guess what? Run sis her money.
Just run her money.
Run her
a little
coins.
Extra money that y'all charge people for Disney Plus.
Right. Run her coins.
Extra money.
I don't see.
That's how she wanted. She wanted y'all tried to do an end around. She just want her money.
She just want her money. Was this her coins? I believe that Scarlett Johansson is a great Black Widow, and I would have hated to lose her in the MCU. But the way they talking is that, we can't wait to work with her again. So that means she ain't gone.
Well, no, she got one more movie left to film for Disney. Can't remember what the hell it is, but as far as MCU wise, I think last I heard she was done. Like, I don't think she's done. The only reason I don't think she's done, again, I have not seen Black Widow, but I heard about the outtake in credit, and that there's a possibility of the outtake in credit that says that she's still alive. Not to mention, if all of the stones were returned, this is a whole theory. If all of the stones were returned, then that means that Black Widow shouldn't be dead because she was sacrificed for a stone, quote unquote. I don't know. All I know is I haven't seen Black Widow because of the beef that was going on with Scarlett, and I wanted her to have her coin. So I refused to spend my coin if she wasn't getting hers, but now she's getting hers. I'm about to go look at Disney Plus. Go get this $30 because I want to show this movie. But I think it's actually past Disney Plus now. I think it might just be on Disney. I mean, yeah, I think it might just be on Disney Plus now, instead of the premium. Disney Plus premium.
Well, I'm going to go find out later on after I watch What If. But anyway, neither here nor there. There's a settlement. The drama is over. Thank goodness. Now, the next movie I'd like to talk about is Shang-Chi. People say it differently. Shang-Chi, Shang-Chi. I've heard it both. Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings. This is the link up to Phase 1 Iron Man movie when the guys, quote, the 10 ring guys kidnapped Tony Stark's. Yeah. So now we're going to get deep into who the 10 rings is and what they really do and what's going on. And I hear it's a pretty good movie. Have not seen it yet. Wanted to see it for my birthday, but never got out. But I hear it's a really good movie. So that's Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings. The Eternals, that one's gonna be something. That one's gonna be Tyree is in it. I forget Tyree's last name, but he's Paperboy on ATL with Donald Glover.
Oh, okay, all right, got
Danny
it.
Glover.
Yeah,
Danny Glover.
Yeah.
So he Childish Gambino, whatever.
Yeah.
He's Paperboy, his cousin, and I believe he's actually a Juilliard student. I think he graduated from Juilliard. Baby. So Tyree is in it. Selma Hayek is in it. Angelina Jolie is in it. If I ain't said no names yet that has sold you, I don't know what to tell you.
What exactly would Angelina Jolie be doing in this movie?
She is an Eternal, right alongside Tyree and
Angelina Jolie though.
Selma Hayek. Yeah. Yeah.
Weren't the Eternals
she's actually
teenagers or mid-20 kids or something? The
Eternals are ageless, to be honest, because they've been around since the beginning of time, just sitting up here watching us do our thing. They just only come out when deviants show up. Angelina Jolie is, I think her name is Athena, who happens to be Thanos' cousin. Go on and marinate on it, baby, because it took me a minute too. But yeah, so her character is Thanos' cousin. You sick bastard.
Listen, if you really went down the whole family tree in comic books, half of them related to the other half of them. And
Facts.
That's my brother / that's my son, and all that's my daughter. I mean, hell, we got what's the name in Guardians of the Galaxy was the adopted daughter of Thanos, wasn't she?
Two of them.
Yeah. Her and her sister. Yeah. We're adopted daughters of Thanos, and yeah.
Yeah,
that much I did know. I mean, I knew the bad guys in Marvel. Like, I knew who Thanos was before Thanos even was. Because I mean, Thanos and
but you know what?
The one from DC. I'm gonna call him Dark Dark something. I can't remember his name. He was in Justice League. Those two are like the same damn character, just drawn differently.
Oh,
real shit. Like for real, they are the same damn character, just drawn differently. And we would always fight as kids, like who was the strongest? Was it Thanos? Was it the other one? And it was just like, yo, I'm taking my DC guy all day because he was snapping necks, taking planets, and going on about his life.
Well, here's the thing. I'm one of those people who's not completely sold that Thanos is a complete bad guy. I don't like to call Thanos a villain. I don't like to call Killmonger a villain. I don't like to call Carly a villain, being that they were doing things. They had good reason to do what they were doing. It's just that the execution was all wrong. But legit, they have legit good reasons.
That's what his name was, Darkseid. Yeah, all the theories was great.
Right. It's just the execution.
No.
It's just
the execution was wrong. All wrong.
Execution. But you actually, you know what? You ain't wrong in what you're saying. It's just like we got to figure out a different way of going about this.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah,
but you ain't wrong in what you're saying.
Okay.
But that's how I feel about those three: Carly, Killmonger, Thanos. Y'all wasn't wrong. Y'all just didn't do it right. But anyway, that's them. There is a question for the Eternals. The Eternals, again, like I said, they are protectors of the world, civilization, whatever. The big question is, where was y'all at during the snap, my guys? The fuck? How y'all just gonna let Thanos snap people out? And then you find out that well, I don't know if you find out, but Thanos and Athena are cousins. So Thanos, they are there. Yeah. But still, you know what? That goes back to a whole loyalty thing with me that we'll discuss at a later show. But listen, if you know your people trying to do harm to me, why the hell? I don't care if that's your people or not. Like, they trying to do harm to me. But anyway, again, discussion for a whole other show. So there's that. It's going to be released, Eternals. The Eternals will be released on November 5th, 2020. This too leaves the door open for the X-Men. And I'll tell you why. I'm going to try to see if I can get this right. The Sentinels, I believe, created the Eternals. I think they also created some other god people who have in turn, their bloodline in turn gave humans the X gene, which is how these different X-Men came about. So I think the Eternals does leave the door open for the X-Men. If you notice a lot of, well, not even a lot, but a couple of the TV shows and movies leaves the door open for X-Men to creep on in there. It's just like, is you gonna push or not? Is you gonna get them on in there? But the Eternals does, when you do a little bit of research, you realize that the Eternals are linked to the X-Men through creation. So are we going to see any X-Men? I do not expect to see now X-Men in the Eternals, but there's a possibility. So next movie, Spider-Man No Way Home. And this has been anticipated. I believe it comes out at the end of the year, December. This is probably the most anticipated movie of the year, in my opinion. It picks up right after Homecoming, Far From Home. It picks up right after Far From Home when Peter Parker's identity has now been revealed. I don't know if sorry, spoiler alert. I probably should have gave that disclaimer earlier, but spoiler alert. Peter Parker has been revealed as Spider-Man. Everyone in the entire world knows it. And now that everybody knows it, this is where it picks up from. So you can tell something is off to me. Something is off in the promo, the trailer. Something is off with Doctor Strange. That's my story and I'm sticking to it. I'm not quite convinced that he is who he say he is. There's been theories that he is Agatha's son, which is why he didn't show up in WandaVision, because Doctor Strange is somewhere else kidnapped or something. There's theories that he is Mephisto. That's going to always live in my heart. There's theories that he is Strange Supreme. We don't know who this Doctor Strange is. We just know that this Strange is strange.
Some strange is strange. Okay.
This Strange is strange.
He's out there getting that strange. Okay. I mean, hey, everybody got to go get that strange sometimes. So.
Yeah. And this one is getting it. This one is definitely getting it. So this could be a possible, this may tie in with WandaVision because everybody seriously thought that Doctor Strange was going to show up in WandaVision. And from what I've read and heard, he actually was scheduled to be in WandaVision, but due to COVID, he could not get to America. He's still in London. Benedict Cumberbatch, who plays Doctor Strange, couldn't, so they had to rewrite it and take him out completely. So yeah, that's, I don't know, maybe I'm thinking that maybe we'll get an idea in this movie of where the hell was Doctor Strange at during WandaVision, because somebody needed to calm Wanda down, and he could have been, somebody needed to wrangle her in, and I don't think anybody else could have done it like he could have done it. Anyway, so Phase 4 continues into 2024 with these are the names of the movies, just a few of the movies. Thor: Love and Thunder, which I've heard has different variant Thors in it, and one of them, I hear he's gonna be a looking tasty, and I can't wait to see that one. But anyway, I do watch a lot of the Marvel movies because I feel like the heroes look really good. It does not hurt that they look as good as they look. So, there's that. There's also Black Panther 2, Wakanda Forever. I do not know what's going on in this movie, but I do believe that T'Challa has passed. I don't know exactly what's going on in this movie, but Riri Williams shows up, and I'll explain to you who Riri Williams is a little bit later. But Riri Williams does show up in this movie. There's also going to be She-Hulk. As much of a Marvel fan I am least excited about this one.
I hope they write it right. I mean, I think they attempted a She-Hulk once before, if I remember correctly. I just hope that they write it correctly. Like that's my thing.
And get the right person for it. Don't pull a freaking Terrence Howard or Edward Norton on us and freaking switch them out all of a sudden. And get the right person for it.
Get the right person. But I mean, I don't think She-Hulk personally. I don't think She-Hulk would have the standing power to go be across different variants of movies. Like she's.
You don't think so?
Almost.
But
she's
I don't think...
almost like attached to. I mean, she's a standalone character, yes, but seeing her like in an ensemble joint, I doubt it, because comically she was never involved with too many other people outside of Hulk. And if I'm not mistaken, there's a couple other things I just lost the thought as soon as I start talking about it. But I can't see her across a multiverse. Like it just doesn't.
You don't think so?
Doesn't look like it will work that well. No.
You know, I'm not gonna lie. I maybe a good chick flick. You know what I'm saying? We could get She-Hulk and Black Widow, Storm. You know, just a chick flick maybe. But I just, again, I'm not.
That would be that would be one of those things. That would be awesome. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, come on, man.
Like
get them all together, and you know, hey, yes, sir.
It could be awesome, or it could be a Birds of Prey. We don't know. We don't know.
I had no qualms with Bird of Prey.
I haven't seen Birds of Prey. Y'all know me. I don't know. I heard that it was not the best of the best, but again, I have not seen Birds of Prey.
It wasn't top 10.
Top 10?
Was it a top 10 movie? No.
Oh.
Was it a top 20? Probably not.
Oh.
Was it a pretty cool movie? Really, if you sat down and watched it and didn't expect much, I think people had a high expectation. If you walked into that movie not expecting much of it, like just walking in with just the expectations of I'm gonna watch a movie with these characters and not knowing who those characters are, like most people do or don't, it's not a bad movie.
See, you know what? Now you were talking, I was thinking about it. If they did like a Thor Ragnarok type of spin-off thing, like how they in Thor Ragnarok, it was Thor and the Hulk. But instead of this, it would be the Valkyries and She-Hulk. Marvel, take notes. Write this down. Write this down. Let Tessa Thompson have her own movie.
Like Tessa Thompson needs her own movie. She really does.
She's Valkyrie, really baby. Tessa will rock that thing. Yeah, I could see that. I could see that. I would definitely be excited to see that. But She-Hulk by itself, I'm not all that thrilled about. But you know what? I'm always open. Jury's still out. But I have not seen or heard anything that has me with goosebumps. So we'll see. Also, Deadpool 3. Oh, this, of course, this is the ultimate X-Men crossover, because Deadpool is technically, but not technically an X-Men. He's an X-Men, but he's not an X-Men. Like right. He rolls with X-Men hard. Yeah. He has his own little man crush bromance with Wolverine. You know, he rocks with him. But we've seen Deadpool in a promo with Korg. Korg is a character from Thor. So with that crossover, come on. And that was a Free Guy commercial, a Free Guy promo. Ryan Reynolds, you damn genius, you goddamn sexy genius, you. Right. He's been part of the Marvel universe for a while. I think he's literally has had 3 or 4 different roles inside of the Marvel universe outside of Deadpool. So coins, Ryan Reynolds, coins. So, last thing I want to definitely touch on was Blade. Now it has been I want to say certified, but I know that's not the word. But Mahershala Ali is going to be Blade. He is going to be Blade, according to an Indian MCU Twitter account. Blade will be dropping October 7th, 2022. However, they're not filming yet, and nothing has been confirmed by Kevin Feige or anyone at MCU America. So anything can change, especially with that. If you drop something like that, they're probably going to be like, no, hold off. We're going to hold you off for another year. You know what I'm saying? So we don't know yet, but Mahershala Ali is going to be Blade. And if that's not a reason by itself to see Blade, I don't know what you need, people. What do you want? Do y'all know who Mahershala Ali is? Have you seen that man act? Shut up. If you need more than that, I don't know what to tell you. So here's the thing. MCU is super amazing at foreshadowing themselves. I'll give some thoughts, opinions, facts, whatever you want to call them. MCU has left it open for X-Men to enter the MCU so many times, as you guys have, if you've been listening thus far, then you've heard me say it a couple of times. With Deadpool 3, with the Deadpool 3 promo, that was an X-Men opening, because Deadpool's kind of sort of X-Men-ish, and he was doing the promo with Korg from Thor. That's the crossover opening. Eternals, I kind of tried to explain the family bloodline there as to how X-Men is connected to Eternals. That's an opening. WandaVision. Wanda is a Nexus being. She's the same person in every universe. Wanda is also the daughter of Magneto in one of those universes. Quicksilver is also Wanda's twin brother, who we all saw in X-Men as Magneto's son. I don't know what y'all need. Just listen. If y'all want to do it, Marvel, if you want to cross over and do it big,
do it big. Do it big. Do it big. Just do it big. That's all we ask for. But I do want my X-Men though. I ain't gonna lie, I want my X-Men. If we get one good X-Men movie, I'd be happy.
My thoughts on that, if you want to do it big and have Storm crossover into Black Panther 2. Because I don't know how many people know this, Storm and T'Challa were married. Storm is actually the queen of Wakanda. Do it big. Do it. Let her pop up at the look. Let her pop up, and they be like, "Where she come from, baby? I've been married to this one. This one been my man." You know.
But wait, there's only one Storm that we recognize in this industry. Only one, and they'd have to bring her back.
I say replace her. And let me give you my few. Okay, first of all, I've never liked Halle Berry as Storm. I was literally talking to my daughter this morning about that because she was like, "No, if they're not giving us Halle for Storm, I don't want her. No, they better give us somebody else. I do not want Halle as Storm.
Like who? Who would be the person that you?
I cannot think
that role.
Hold on, I can't think of her name. But she is actually going to be in Black Panther 2. And I think that she would be great as Storm. She's an African lady. Her name is Michaela Coel. I think she's African. But I don't know if she's African. Michaela Cole or Michaela Coel, Coel. Look her up. If she ain't Storm, what is we doing with our life? Because that's who I want Storm to be. We know she's in Black Panther 2. We do not know what her role is. Even if you Google it, it does not tell you who her name is on Google. So I would like to see her as Storm, or an unrecognized African lady. I would just like her to be. I want Storm to be brown. I don't want Storm to be my color. Oh man, I know that's gonna open up some colorism comments there, but I want Storm to look like she does in the comics. I want her to be chocolate. That's and plus I really didn't think that Halle Berry did a very good job as Storm. I thought that she was dry as hell as Storm. I think they only put her in the movie because she is Halle Berry and she had the name. I just didn't feel like she was Storm. She was not Storm to me.
Storm is dry as hell. Like there's nothing wet about Storm.
Shit, that rain is tsunami as hell.
Hey, that's about it. That's the only thing that's wet about her. But other than that, she is dry as hell.
Okay, like, and one more is that maybe her accent sucks. That African accent, she tried it and it didn't work out for her. Don't do it no more. Give me somebody else. Give me someone else. I think what she did was she tried too hard to be like the television version of Storm. Instead of being just a Storm, period. It sucked. Like it sucked. Just give us a Storm, and it sucked.
I think we would have been good with that. But she tried hard to do that one. She tried hard. To me, that was my only knock on her, was that the accent could have went another direction. We didn't need the accent.
We did not need that any day of the week. So that's open for X-Men. Now, the Skrulls. Here's the thing. And I peeped game a long time ago. Well, not a long time ago. I guess, when I first started getting into this. I peeped game. Okay, the Skrulls, they've been secretly crawling into the little bit of everything. They own in just about every show. They are literally on almost every show. Every show that has been put out. Here we go. There is going to be a Skrulls movie called The Secret Invasion. I'm not sure of the release date. I believe it's in 2024. However, there is a Skrulls movie. Now, we were first introduced to Skrulls in Captain Marvel. She rescued the species or whatnot. From Captain Marvel, we've seen Skrulls in Spider-Man Far From Home, because just when you thought we was talking to Nick Fury, we really wasn't. Sorry, spoiler alert. My bad. We've seen Skrulls in WandaVision. We've seen Skrulls in Loki, in the background, mind you, just in the background, but they are there. No speaking parts, but they are there. We've also seen Skrulls even in What If. have gone out of their way to draw these things. They're coming soon. It is what it is. Scrolls were not necessarily, I don't recall seeing scrolls in Falcon and Winter Soldier. However, their technology was used in Falcon and Winter Soldier. So there's that. Also, the technology was used in What If. So I'm just saying, scrolls are coming through. Also coming through, the Young Avengers. Now here's the thing. We have been slowly being introduced to Young Avengers. How the Young Avengers are kids. They are kids who form an Avengers team. Again, we've been slowly introduced to them. First started off with Tommy and Billy Maximoff, who came through in WandaVision. They're Wanda's kids, Wicked, okay? Then you have Kid Loki, who came in, Loki, who is a variant of Loki. He is literally Loki. Then you have Kate Bishop, who is going to make her debut in Hawkeye as, quote, Hawkeye. And she's the understudy of Hawkeye. There's also Riri Williams. Remember I mentioned her earlier? Riri Williams, who's making her debut in Black Panther 2, Wakanda Forever. Riri Williams is Ironheart. She is a, quote, protege. I won't even say protege. She studied Tony Stark's. She loves everything about Tony Stark. She studied Tony Stark's to a T, to where she was able to make her own Iron Man suit. Sis is bad. Little black chick. Sis is bad. Sis is bad. Also, there's Kamala Khan. Kamala Khan is Ms. Marvel, who will appear in the Ms. Marvel series coming out next year, I want to say, who loves Captain Marvel. And that's who she studies behind. There's also Eli Bradley. We saw a little bit of Eli Bradley in Falcon and Winter Soldier. Oh, I forget what his name is. I was supposed to look this up. I'm sorry, guys. But he's the grandson of what was supposed to be the first Black Captain America. He's coming in as Patriot. His name is going to be Patriot. And he is kind of a super soldier. There's a story to it. Not going to really go back to it, but he's kind of a super soldier. And except his uniform, instead of it being taken from Captain America, which you would imagine, it's actually more looks like Winter Soldiers, which I thought was interesting indeed. Then there is, cute little guy. I hope whoever the guy is from the show, I hope they do have him. Cassie Lang. Cassie Lang is Ant-Man's daughter, and she's gonna take up the mantle. I believe she makes her appearance in Ant-Man and Wasp: Quantumania alongside with Cream. But in America Chavez, she is Miss America. She's gonna make her appearance in Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. That's the name of the movie. Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. America Chavez. I guess she's kind of, I wouldn't say we'll see. I don't know how that's gonna play out. We'll see. But America Chavez. And then of course there's Nathaniel Richards. This is interesting, okay? Nathaniel Richards as a kid. Nathaniel Richards as an adult is Reed Richards' dad, who is Mr. Fantastic from Fantastic Four. He is also in another universe, according to Loki, in another universe, he is also He Who Remains and Kane. That's all I got. I don't know how else I can explain it. That's all I got. One thing about Marvel I definitely wanted to hit on before we end this whole hour-long Marvel Universe episode, and if you're still there, thank you for hanging in there, because I know it's been a long ride, but I love it. Inclusion. I give so much kudos to Marvel for their inclusion, because they are really doing the inclusion stuff. And I say that through races, from their colors and the races, and men and women. Photon, Black woman, they kept her the same from the comics to here. Shang-Chi, they said that I've seen a lot of TikToks and posts where a lot of Asian people have said, you know what, we totally understand why so many Black people was hyped about Black Panther, because we we feel that same way when we watch Shang-Chi. And it's just about inclusion. You know, everybody wants to be included, and to see yourself or someone that looks like you on the screen being the hero.
Representation
is so important. Kang is Black. And Mr. Majors is killing it. He killed it as He Who Remains. I know that once the second season of Loki comes through, he gonna kill that one too. And I'm excited. So there's that. Miss Marvel is, I believe she's Indian American, as in her family is from India. I want to say that. I have to do research. Kamala Khan, I believe her family is Indian. Ironheart, cute little Black girl. And Miss America Chavez, is Hispanic. So kudos to Marvel for the inclusions, for keeping things the way Stan Lee had it, because Stan Lee was also about the inclusion. I totally love it. I'm sure that Stan Lee will be proud. Unfortunately, Stan Lee's contract had ended right before he passed. So technically, Stan Lee won't be in any of the films anymore, any of the Marvel films. However, I think they can work him in there. For example, Venom. If you watch Venom, there's a part where I believe he's in a convenience store, and they're walking down the aisle, and Venom comes out and straightens up a magazine. If you look at the magazine, Stan Lee's face is on it. So I think they're going to keep Stan Lee hidden somewhere. He's going to be popping up all through the Marvel universe, no matter what. And I think they might end up doing that with Chadwick Boseman a little bit too. So I'm totally excited. Again, just letting you guys know, I am not Marvel connoisseur. I just enjoy it. I'm not the goddess of all things Marvel. So if I messed up on anything, or if I said some things wrong, or if you want to ask some questions, you want to give me some answers, you want to have a little debate, you can always contact us at Zennials Podcast 7270. Email us at Gmail. We're on Instagram at the Zennials Podcast. We're on TikTok, same handle. Snapchat, same handle. Hit us up. I'm love to have a conversation and talk to some blurreds and non-blurreds about Marvel Universe. And that's all I got for this episode. I know it was a lot. I appreciate y'all for sticking it out. That's all I got for this episode.
Ladies and gentlemen, she's made it a whole episode, nothing but Marvel.
Man, for a whole hour, I didn't think I could do it. And guess what? I ain't even give y'all the good stuff. Listen, hey, you know what? I think we'll have some more nice little tidbits. We'll throw on our social media. Y'all can look up some stuff. And if I don't get it wrong, you can always contact us and let me know.
Sounds like a plan to me. These Podcast 7270 at gmail.com. That's it for tonight.
Yeah, I guess we're done with this one.
Yes, sir.
Thanks for sticking it out, guys. Appreciate it.
Thanks for coming. God bless you and good night.
Good night.